Hello everyone, Rick Passek, FlyFish Fanatic, part 3 of my little mini series on my all dub leeches. This one is one of my favorite. It's a little bit of an oddball, but it's one of my favorite. I've done so well, and I actually tie very similar patterns to this for a couple of buddies in the Kamloops area that use them primarily, and they just love them. They're a deadly little pattern, especially on in those lakes that have marl shoals and stuff. It's a little orange but tan little leech, but you'll see again all dub leech, part 3 of the series. Challenge, let's get tying. So in the vise today we have an FW563 size 8 from Arex. This is kind of I'm doing a little bit of a series on all dubbed leeches. So this is number 2. The first one was the black rainbow one. This one is going to be you'll see it's a little different. Not a lot of people tie this color combination, but I found in some of the marl bottomed lakes, these are friggin' killer. So white nano silk, 12-aught to start. The tail is going to be the craw ditch bug from Semperfly, the scud dubbing, and the body is going to be the tan. Okay, super simple pattern. Size 1/8 bead. You can oversize your bead as well. Sorry, if you want it a little bit heavier, or put a tungsten bead on, or put some underbody weight. It's all up. That's up to you how you like your leeches to be weighted. You can do this one unweighted as well. I really like the gold bead here because it kind of matches that tail. This is one of my favorite colors from the new scud dubbing line. This craw cray ditch bug. Whew. Say that fast 3 times. So all I'm doing now is I'm just taking it and picking it out of the package so it stays fairly long, and then I'm stacking it on top of each other, and I'll find the halfway point roughly. Again, just tie that in nice and tight. That's why the nano silk really comes in handy here. Go over top of it 2 or 3 turns back over top. So there's your tail. Now that's too long, so I'm gonna just, all you have to do is just give it a bit of a pull, and it'll pull out. And you can even, don't cut it, just pull it. And I know you guys are probably sick of me saying this stuff with tails. Nothing in nature is straight. Don't cut it. Doesn't look right. Okay, now I'm going to grab some of the tan. I'm going to do a dubbing loop. All the way forward. Make sure my dubbing's waxed. Take my dubbing spinner. I don't know where my little, oh, I think it's in my portable tying kit. I got the little simple one. Still my favorite. These rotary ones from Stoneful are awesome, but that little simple one is still, to this day, the one that the type that you get in your first fly tying purchase, and that it's the type I still like the best. So I'm just going to take some of the dubbing and stick it in between. I'm going to grab a little bit more because I know that's not going to be enough. You do want this fairly dense with dubbing at first. You'll see why. I mean, if you've watched the other one, the black, then you'll know you want really tight against the last as you wrap. You want a tight wrap. Barbecue brush. That's sticking out nicely. Couple of wraps right at the back end. And then I'm just one wrap tight against the last wrap, tight against the last wrap. Making sure that I'm stroking back. You can see I'm stroking all of this material back every time I go around. Every time I go around. Okay, and then right at the front here, you want to put one right tight in there. And if you think you can get a second, which I don't think I can, I'll just tie that off right there. 3 or 4 on top, 3 or 4 in front. Okay. Move your thread out of the way. Nip off your excess. And then what I'll do here, a little bit different than the other one, is I will put this dubbing away so it doesn't get contaminated. I will brush out some of this now before I whip finish, just to see if I need to add a little bit in the front. And I think I actually do have to just dub in just a tiny bit in the front there. Maybe not. Maybe not. We'll do a whip finish. Sally Hansen's or head cement or whatever you guys like using. Doesn't have to be Sally's just because that's what I use. Another 3 turn, pulling it in nicely. Final 3 turn, pulling it in nicely. Yeah, it's got a little bit of exposure there behind the bead, a little more than I'd like, but it'll be fine. Again, barbecue brush. Just give that a good pull out. Now with my Velcro, get right in between that hook gap. Actually, no, it turned out pretty darn good. Even in the front, I don't mind that a little bit there. And that's it. That's the gold tail, let's call it. I don't know what to call it, but let's call it the gold tail. But yeah, this thing has done so well for me on marl-bottomed lakes. Just cast this thing out there, strip it back like a normal leech. But especially those lakes that have marl bottom. I've caught fish in many different lakes with this, but those ones that are heavily marled, they just work so well. So, alrighty, hope you guys enjoyed that one. If you've subscribed, awesome. If you haven't, consider doing so, and make sure to make comments on the videos themselves, not Facebook posts and stuff. Make them on the videos, and like, share, and yeah, let your friends know about the channel. Ciao, everyone.